Hey, what's up, y'all? Today I just want to read Judges chapter 7 because I feel like when I was reading this just now, I just feel like everything in my life is really starting to make sense. Because I don't know, y'all might not know my story, y'all might not, I don't really talk about it too much, but those that really know me know what I'm going through and know everything that I'm facing. But it's all for the glory of God. It has to happen. It's God's will. The table is being presented before me, and God is showing me my enemies, and He's showing me my friends. We're going to get to that verse after this, though. But right now, I just want to read chapter 7 of Judges. It's about Gideon. Then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and all the people that were with him rose up early and pitched beside the well of Harod, so that the hosts of the Midianites were on the north side of them by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with you are way too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands. So what God is saying is that, Gideon, I'm with you. But I am a God of the impossible. You got way too many soldiers. I don't need that many. Because if I help you with this many soldiers, then you could just give the victory to yourself. You can vaunt all by yourself and say, oh, I did it. But God says, nah, I want you to say, I did it. God ain't playing around. So he's gonna remove everything that makes the victory possible by our own hands. So He can get the glory. See, this life that we live is not about us. We are part of the story. But this is God's story, y'all. How He did all this. How He the King of Kings. How He makes a way out of no way. How He is the God of the impossible. That everything we have is because of His hands. Even when we do have all the people we need. We can't even claim the victory for ourselves. The only reason we have victory is because God gave us the victory. He ordained it. Let's continue reading. He says, these are too many people for me to give the Midianites into their hands. Lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, mine own hand have saved me. Exactly what I just said to you. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there returned the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000 people. So God said, all right, let's get the ones that are afraid out of the way first. Anybody who's afraid, you can go home. Send them home. There's 22,000 people. He sent all the people that were afraid. Only 10,000 are left. Wow. More than half of the people were terrified. Man. Remain 10,000. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet still too many. Bring them down into the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought down the people into the water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, every one that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself likewise, every one that bowed down upon his knees to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let all the other people go, every man into his place. Wow. God said, He sent the 10,000 that remain to the water. He said those that just stooped down and put the water into their hands and drank the water, He said 300 men did that out of 10,000. Those 300 that did that, we're going to use them. All right? And I'm going to use those 300 men to save you, Gideon. This kind of sounds like Now that I think about it, this kind of reminds me of the story of the 300 Spartans. Wow, that's crazy. Pretty symbolic. But sometimes God repeats himself multiple times through history in different stories. They might have thought it was them. See, the devil ain't going to give no victory to nobody because he can't. Only God can give victory. Leonidas didn't win that battle, but he won the war. You know? He won the war. He started something. But the thing about it is that 300 men God is going to use now. God's got to separate the sheep from goats. See, God sets apart people for his glory. This is another basic example of many are called, few are chosen. 22,000 were called, and 300 were chosen. And God's like, all right, you could either be a part of this, but I don't really need you. But God still chooses you. He don't need you, but he loves you so much. He says, come on, come be a part of this. Because the people that left still had a part to play. Because by them leaving, we're showing the enemy, you easy work. God is letting the devil know by them people going home, those 21,700 people that are walking back home, he's letting the enemy know this is light work. I'm about to handle you swiftly, says the Lord. Come on now. I love you. And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let all the other people go every man into his place. So the people took victuals in their hand, and their trumpets, and he sent all the rest of Israel, every man into his tent, and retained those 300 men, and the host of Midian was beneath him in the valley. And look at that. The host of Midian was beneath him in the valley. So God didn't just give Gideon 300 men. He also gave him the upper hand. He gave him the high ground. The Midianites were led to slaughter. Without God, you're led to slaughter. Because your leadership is nothing compared to the Lord's. And it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, arise, get thee down into the host, for I have delivered it into thine hand. He said, all right, go get them. They're ready for you. It's over with for them. Blessed is the man that waits upon the Lord, for he shall renew his strength. But if thou fear to go down, go thou with Purah thy servant down to the host, and thou shalt hear what they say. And afterward shall thine hands be strengthened to go down into the host. Then went he down with Purah his servant unto the outside of the armed men that were in the host. And the Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along in the valley like grasshoppers for multitude, and their camels were without number as the sand by the sea side for multitude. And also notice right there, right? He said, if you're afraid, go down with your servant Purah. I think I said that name right. But who did he go down with? Purah. And this is all just, I don't even have to go on from here, y'all. You already know what happens. God gets the glory. God gets the victory. But all I'm saying is that, who are you? Are you one of the 300 that God is going to use for his glory? Or are you the rest, the 21,700? Because even God, by sending them home, used them for his glory. You're the game changer, yo. You are. God bless you.